China denies supplying North Korea with oil after Trump tweeted they had been caught red-handed. China has denied it has been illicitly selling oil to North Korea after U.S. President Donald Trump said they had been caught red-handed, violating UN sanctions. His comments came after it emerged a Chinese ship suspected of transferred oil to a North Korean vessel in October, in breach of sanctions imposed as a result of its ballistic missile tests, has been intercepted. South Korean authorities boarded and seized the Hong Kong-flagged ship and are now interrogating the crew of the Lighthouse Winmore vessel about allegedly transferring 600 tons of refined petroleum products in international waters. The vessel was intercepted after satellite images appeared to show the transfer, prompting President Trump to tweet his accusation at the Chinese authorities. Caught red-handed. Very disappointed that China is allowing oil to go into North Korea, Mr. Trump tweeted. There will never be a friendly solution to the North Korea problem if this continues to happen. But Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Hua Chunying told reporters she had noted recent media reports including suggestions a Chinese vessel was suspected of transporting oil to a North Korean vessel on October 19. The Chinese side has conducted immediate investigation. In reality, the ship in question has, since August, not docked at a Chinese port and there is no record of it entering or leaving a Chinese port, Hua said. She said she was not aware if the vessel had docked at the port in other countries, but the relevant media reports did not accord with facts. China has always implemented UN Security Council resolutions pertaining to North Korea in their entirety and fulfills its international obligations. We never allow Chinese companies and citizens to violate the resolutions, Hua said. If, through investigation, it's confirmed there are violations of the UN Security Council resolutions, China will deal with them seriously in accordance with laws and regulations. In a New York Times interview, Trump explicitly tied his administration's trade policy with China, North Korea's lone major ally, to its perceived cooperation in resolving the North Korea standoff. China accounts for the vast majority of North Korea's external trade and oil supplies. I have been soft on China because the only thing more important to me than trade is war, said the president. When I campaigned, I was very tough on China in terms of trade. They made last year, we had a trade deficit with China of $350 billion, minimum. That doesn't include the theft of intellectual property, okay, which is another $300 billion. If they're helping me with North Korea, I can look at trade a little bit differently, at least for a period of time. And that's what I've been doing. But when oil is going in, I'm not happy about that. The Lighthouse Winmore left the South Korean port of Yeosu on the 24th of November. Its exact location in South Korea and the whereabouts of the crew are unclear. The U.S. is now lobbying for the Lighthouse Winmore to be blacklisted by the UN Security Council for circumventing sanctions slapped on North Korea for its nuclear and missile programs. Documents obtained by the Reuters news agency show. The U.S. Treasury Department last month sanctioned 6 North Korean shipping and trading companies and 20 of their vessels, and published photos of what it said was a North Korean vessel on the 19th of October possibly transferring oil to evade sanctions. It was not immediately clear whether the Lighthouse Winmore was involved in the transactions shown in the Treasury Department images. The ship is reported to have been chartered by Taiwan's Billions Bunker Group and stopped at South Korea to load Japanese oil products. It claimed its destination as Taiwan when leaving Yeosu on the 11th of October, a South Korean Foreign Office official said. North Korea came under heavy sanctions imposed by the UN Security Council as it accelerated efforts to expand its nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles program. In recent months it has conducted numerous nuclear tests, flight testing intercontinental ballistic missiles 3 times. This in turn has raised concerns that it is closer than ever toward gaining a military arsenal that can viably target the U.S.